The bomb will not start a chain reaction in the water, converting it all to gas and letting all the ships on all the oceans drop down to the bottom. It will not blow out the bottom of the sea and let all the water run down the hole. It will not destroy gravity. I am not an atomic playboy, as one of my critics labeled me, exploding these bombs to satisfy my personal whim.
And thus the natives expressed to the people of the United States their welcome, despite the fact that the atoll of Bikini may be utterly destroyed come July the 1st. But to the natives, in their simplicity and their pleasantness and their courtesy, they're more than willing to cooperate, although they don't understand the world of nuclear energy any more than we do, and though they have no way of understanding what the test is all about.
Scene 26, take 2.
All right, Commodore.
Go ahead, James. Tell them that the Commodores explained the atomic bomb to you.
Orna cholong na inin. Pokotang korragajur. Everyone kejar balingan tukot wan mawakal.
All right, now, James, will you tell them that the United States government now wants to turn this great destructive force into something good for mankind, and that this experiments here at Bikini are the first step in that direction?
American military government ed aigujin kajarbal kajoran pokotang I mukotangan menoyamman e mijorchino ye ibigini.
Now they have heard of our plan for their evacuation. Will you ask King Judah to get up and tell us now what his people think and if they're willing to go?
Yago kumarong duawin karro air gna magud innen koichuda konchuda gin kajidgin army jirana am duawin Ireland. Wani lemna kijilangan rongrik. Amman menodem ji regilo benani. Everything good and they're willing to go and everything in God's hands.
Well, you tell them and King Judah that everything being in God's hands, it cannot be other than good.
American officials discussed plans with the Bikini natives for the evacuation of the atoll. The islanders are a nomadic group and are well pleased that the Yanks are going to add a little variety to their lives.
And here, by the way, you hear them singing their Marshallese version of You Are My Sunshine.
And I have just been interrupted. 30 seconds. That's the voice of the control strip marking the seconds remaining. The final switches have been thrown. No one can stop it. The atomic bomb is about to explode.
Time.
How it will sound,
20 seconds.
We do not know how it's going to sound, but 42,000 men here are watching. All of the observer ships.
10 seconds.
All of the observer ships are in position in the open sea. We're about 10 miles away. I
5
can see
seconds.
the target.
4, 3, 2, 1.
background was the growing struggle between two great powers to shape the post-war world. Soviet Russia was expansively stabbing westward, knifing into nations left empty by war. On orders from the Kremlin, Russia had launched one of history's most drastic political, moral, and economic wars, a Cold War. The United States was obliged to help Europe safeguard its traditional freedoms and the independence of its nations. Gone was the spirit of wartime unity that reached its peak on that historic afternoon in April '45 at the Elbe River in Germany. Here, two worlds actually met, but this coalition was to be torn asunder. Already an iron curtain had dropped around Poland, Hungary, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria.
Ah, but this is Europe, you say? But let's see what can happen elsewhere in, say, the small town of Mosinee, Wisconsin. Peaceful, isn't it? But the red truncheon falls and the chief of police is hustled off to jail. Next, public utilities are seized by fifth colonists. Watch carefully what happens to an editor who operates under a free press. He goes to jail, too, and his newspaper is confiscated. Exit freedom of thought. Yes, this is life under the Soviet form of government. The little town of Mosinee made this experiment for 24 hours, a public service to all America. It can't happen here? Well, this is what it looks like if it should.
Fortunately, we can move the clock back. The time is not yet. And let us pray that it never happens in our country. Before we meet the members of the American Legion Post 279 who helped make this picture possible, I'd just like to say that it gives me a great deal of satisfaction to represent two outstanding shopping centers in California, the shopping hub of the San Gabriel Valley in West Arcadia, and the Whittier Quad Shopping Center in Whittier, California, because they are concrete expressions of the practical idealism that built America. When you visit these two fine shopping centers, you'll find more than 80 beautiful stores with sparkling assortments, an attractive atmosphere, and, of course, plenty of free parking for all the cars that we capitalists seem to acquire. Who can help but contrast the beautiful, the practical settings of the Arcadia shopping hub and the Whittier Quad with what you'd find under communism?
It's not safe to hope for the best without preparing for the worst. Our object is not aggression. We need not become militaristic, but we must keep our Army, our Navy, our Air Force at ready strength. We must back up our team for security.
Well, I guess there's nothing for us to worry about. We're the ones that have the bomb.
The atom bomb explodes again in the headlines of the world. In Washington, the chairman of the Joint Congressional Committee on Atomic Energy, Senator Brian McMahon, gives his reaction to Russia's possession of the bomb.
This is no time for hysteria. This is no time for panic. This is a time for a calm reflection on the political and military implications of this transcendent event.
Everybody's worried about the atomic bomb, but nobody's worried about the day my Lord will come, when he'll hit great God Almighty like an atom bomb. When he comes, when he comes.
Well, the suit is made of this material. Inside this layer is a shredded lead, a resistance against atomic rays. Okay, Richard, on your way to there, Red Shelter. Let's go.
Everybody's worried about the atomic bomb, but nobody's worried about the day my Lord will come.
One immediate effect of the announcement of Russia's atom blast is to tighten security regulations at all atom installations. At Hanford, Washington, where $200 million is being spent in the ever-expanding atomic government empire, the door is being locked, but tight. Ground guards are kept on their toes by constant target practice, and they have orders to shoot to kill at any suspicious stranger. A highly trained and well-equipped North Korean army swarmed across the 38th parallel to attack unprepared South Korean defenders. Caught off guard, they were all but overwhelmed until the United Nations took its historic vote to intervene. The end of the war seemed in sight as the Allies pushed north toward the North Korean capital of Pyongyang. Then it happened. The Chinese Red Armies, numbering hundreds of thousands, swarmed over the frontier against thinly held United Nations positions. Confronted by overwhelming numbers, UN armies were forced into inevitable retreat, while men wondered whether Red China would touch off World War III.